Derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp derp derp.
Hello everyone, as per usual, I'm your host, That Signature Guy, and I'm finally back with episode 2 of eBay Mail Day. Now, as usual, I've got 3 packages I want to go over with you guys today. The first one up is from a top-rated seller, goes by the name of Ready Player One. Now, this seller actually sent his package in a priority mail box. You guys already know how I feel about these packages, but in case you don't, I'm a big fan of them. Not only do they seem to take bumps a little bit better than most other packaging, but on top of that, they come insured automatically. It's a great bonus, especially if you're shipping a slab, because slabs can tend to get cracked when they come through the mail. Now, I actually ordered a slab in this package, so it makes me feel a lot better to order this book knowing it came in this type of packaging. So on that basis alone, I've got to give them a 5 out of 5 on the shipping charges. The book was packaged the way I like to see it packaged, and there was no damage to the book whatsoever. Not only that, the book came in actually quicker than I expected it to come in. It came in, I believe, maybe 2 to 3 days sooner than its expected time. So I've got to give them a 5 out of 5 on shipping time. Now, when it comes to communication, I always like to contact sellers, maybe try and work a deal. I'm not always a big fan of paying the immediate asking price, especially if it's a high asking price. When I contacted the seller, he immediately messaged back. He was very willing to contact back and forth and try and adjust a deal. We came to an agreeable deal, and it all worked out very well. I was pretty happy with the purchase, so I got to give him a 5-star on communication. Now, as for the item as described, as you can see by the seller pics, they weren't the best pictures, but they did give it enough of an idea of what you were buying. Now, the book, as you can see on screen, came in beautiful. No cracks, no smudges, no fingerprints, no bumps. So I gotta give them a 5 out of 5 on the item description because it came in perfect. As he said, there was nothing wrong with it, so 5 out of 5-star seller by me. Moving on from there, the next seller I have up is Dus4409. Now, he's not a top-rated seller, but he's got a lot of positive feedback, a lot of 5 stars, and no negatives over the past year. So that's something I definitely want to point out first and foremost. Now, taking a look at the packaging, he used a comic book mailer. These comic book mailers, I'm a big fan of them as well as priority mail packaging. They don't come insured, but they're very, very durable. And if you're shipping an individual comic, especially a comic that's $10 or under, I don't mind them. Personally, I think they're great. I use them myself, and I don't see anything wrong with them. So I'm a big fan of that. He used one of those. But on top of that, he actually shipped out the book before I paid for the book. So that was something a little bit crazy. I didn't expect it to come in as soon as it did, nor did I expect it to come in at all. So I gotta give him a 5-star on the shipping charges because he didn't even wait for me to pay him the money for the shipping charges before he sent it out. He flipped the bill. So not only that, I've got to give him a 5 out of 5 on shipping time. Because like I said, an unpaid item, it doesn't ship out until after the seller pays. That's how eBay has it go. So because of that, and because of me not expecting it to come in, I look at it as the shipping time was very, very quick. So I definitely give him a 5 out of 5 on the shipping time. Now, communication, when I realized that I had won the book, it was probably about 7 to 11 days later, and I contacted the seller. I explained I didn't realize I won the book, and I, just needed a couple days to get the money on my card, and I would pay him back. He, no problem, said it was fine, don't worry about it, just make sure you get that money in. I went ahead, sent him payment, and he was cool with it. So it was very, very solid, so I have to give him a 5 out of 5 on communication. I wish I could give him more, but we're going by eBay rating systems, so I gotta give him a 5 out of 5 on communication. Very, very cool seller in that regard. Now, as for the item as described, as you see in the picture, the item itself is a scan picture, and it's only a scan of the front. There was no scan of the back, so telling spine damage, unless it's color breaking, is a little bit rough. You know, sometimes when it comes to corners or foxing on the cover, it can be tough to tell, but the book actually came in beautiful, beautiful condition. I've paid much more for lower conditions, and this being a newsstand was definitely a bonus. So I have to give them a 5 out of 5 as item as described, because it came in perfect. No problems with the shipping, no problems with the item itself. It came in beautifully. It came in as expected, if not even better. I wish I could give them a higher grade, but again, going by eBay standards, I can't do so. But overall, this seller is an amazing seller. It goes above and beyond, in my opinion. So in that regard, I have to give him an overall rating of 5 stars out of 5 stars. The guy's a top-notch seller, and I urge you, if you see something, go buy it from him. And finally, moving on to the last package of eBay Mail Day, Episode 2. This also comes from a top-rated seller. His name is J.R. Snakes. He's got a lot of positive feedback and no negatives over the past 12 months, but this is a unique case. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but if you take a look at the box is heavily damaged on the top. Now, this didn't happen from USPS. This actually came from the seller. If you look underneath the tape, it's actually damaged as well underneath the tape. So that means the seller was aware that this box was damaged. He chose to ship it like this. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you. I paid $160 total for these 2 books. I paid $13 shipping for the books. Now, you can ship a priority box with 2 slabs, even 3 slabs, for under $13, 2-day priority with insurance. He decided to send the box media mail, which I believe is about $5 or $6, and no insurance. That's really, really bad on the seller. And not only that, but if you look, when I dig into the box, I have to reach all the way to the bottom to pull those books out. That means either the seller packaged those books with them sitting on the bottom of the box, or they floated to the bottom of the box through the shipping process. That means those books could have potentially been damaged or gotten damaged, and I'm just not aware of it through that entire process. Keep in mind, I paid the same amount of shipping that I could have paid for books to be shipped much higher quality, and they weren't. Just noting that alone, I've got to give him a 1 star on the shipping charges. He could have done much better. I've seen sellers do much better with much lower cost items. He did this to save money. At least that's what I feel based on the entire interaction with him. I'll get to that. But also the shipping time, like I said, media mail, that's really bad. But you know, the shipping time, I'm used to media mail shipping times, so I give him a 3 star on that. As for communication, the communication was sparse. He wanted to talk to me, but he only wanted to talk to me when I was interested in buying the books. He didn't want to send me extra pictures of the books. He wasn't concerned in working a deal, which I don't mind if you don't want to work a deal, especially if it's on something I really, really want, but he just didn't want to talk much. And that was one thing that really got me, especially because the books came in damaged. So I got to give him a 2 star on the communication. And as for the items as described, like I showed up a little bit ago, the pictures were not the greatest. They were just individual front shots. They didn't show much of the damage that was going on the books, and when I asked for extra pictures, he would not provide extra pictures, and the description listing did not list any of the damage on the books. These books came scuffed up horribly. One book came with moisture trapped underneath the cover that can't be fixed with a slip of the paper, and another book has cardboard pressed underneath the label. So these books cost money to fix. So I actually had to put in a claim with PayPal to get $40 back so I could fix these books. Now it becomes a headache on me. I should rate him lower, but item as described, I'm going to give him a 2 star. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in to my episodes that I've been posting either on eBay Mail Day or, the specials that I've got going on. I've got a lot more coming up, and I hope you guys keep tuning in. Thanks.
derp